Hey, what's up, guys? Nico here. Hey, today I just want to go ahead and talk to you about some scars. Everybody's got them. Everybody has them either emotionally or physically. Um, I know for me, scars, they tell a story. Not always a story that we want to go ahead and share or not one that we want to talk about. Some of them are. Some of them are cool. But either way, we all have them. So since we all have them, I wanted to talk about how we got them. I know for me, some of the scars that I have, I gave to myself. There was a time that I was just young and dumb, and I jumped off the roof of the house and jumped into a bush just because I thought it was going to be a good idea. Neighbors had convinced me. I left me with a big old scar down my back. Had that for a while until I covered it up with some tattoos. But that was just me being young and dumb. I also think about this tattoo, actually. This tattoo right here is just so I could go ahead and cover up some scars. Throughout my addiction, I used to shoot up using a 33 gauge needle. And if you know anything about just your skin, repetitively opening it up and injecting yourself, it's gonna leave you a scar. So I had scars over my veins, and I got tired of looking at them. I got tired of having to remember that part of my life so vividly because it was dark and it was bad. I'm grateful that I made it out by the grace of God, but there's people who haven't. So if you're having a scar today, or if you've created a scar for yourself, I want you just to take a moment and do some reflection on it. Take a moment to think about how that scar got there. Was it something that you did, or was it something that someone else did to you? Either way, you're the one that has it. And how you deal with your scars says a lot about your character. For me, like I said, I had to cover up the ones that reminded me of some negative times. The one on my back wasn't so bad. That one just reminds me of being young and dumb. But I think about other ones. I got this one in the middle of my forehead when I got smacked in the head with a rock. And, well, I'm not going to tattoo my face, so I'm not going to cover it up that way. But you can't see it anymore. It's pretty small, pretty minuscule. I only say that because if you do have a scar that's really standing out to you, I want you to know with time, that scar is going to go away. That scar is either going to become fluent with you, meaning that you accept it and you allow it to be a part of who you are, or it's going to go ahead and kind of disappear, like the one on my forehead. That one was big, but now, like I said, you can't see it. Either way, those scars do happen, and it's part of life. It's how we know that we're alive, when we hurt. If we have emotional scars, those ones are tougher. I'll be honest with you. The physical ones I could deal with, but emotional scars, those ones drive me insane, I should say. I still got some that I have to deal with, and it's okay. But learning how to deal with those scars and knowing that with time they're gonna go ahead and pass, they're gonna become smaller, or I'm gonna go ahead and live with them. It's helped me out in understanding that scars tell a story. So wherever your scar is at, whether it's a physical one or if it's an emotional one, just take a couple moments and reflect on it. See how you're going to allow that scar to go ahead and drive you. Because it's in your head that you control your thoughts, and those thoughts control your actions. Your actions control patterns, and patterns control your character. So figure out how you're going to go ahead and get that done. Figure out how you're going to address these scars that are there. Now, if you're dealing with a scar from someone else, those are tough. Those are tough. But what I can tell you is that forgiving them doesn't give them permission or doesn't say that it was okay for what they did, but it does allow you to move forward. I know for me, my emotional scars, I'm not the best at forgiving people. And I hold resentment and it would fester inside of me and turn me into just a very negative human being. When I conducted myself, when I walked into rooms, people weren't lighting up to see me anymore. They were like, oh, what's wrong with Nico? And that's the emotional scars that I let just take over. So I had to start forgiving people. Forgiving people that hurt me when I was younger. Forgive people that hurt me now that I'm an adult. It's going to be a continuous process because I'm not going to let these emotional scars or physical scars change my character. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I live by the morals that I have. These scars, they just add on to it. So again, however these scars are impacting you, just want you to know it's okay. It's going to be okay. At some point in time, that scar that you think is so large that everybody sees it, everybody notices it, it's not going to be as noticeable. You have control over how you're going to let it be viewed and portrayed. So make sure you take ownership of that. Scars suck, especially when they hurt us inside. But I want to let you know that everybody has scars, even people with no halo.